Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is Dylan with Tucson Future Classics, and that is our 2014 Chevy Volt Premier. Before I get to walking around this thing, I want to give everybody a little bit of backstory on this car and why I think it's so interesting. It was sold new in Studio City in Los Angeles, where it lived almost all of its life in Southern California, before making its way to us here in Southern Arizona. So with that, you'll have the normal scuffs and scrapes up front, and some interesting heat-related delamination of a couple of logos. You'll see the little rock chips, and if I bring the camera out a little bit more here, that hood's a bit less glossy than everything because, well, the southwestern sun does what it does best, fades things. This car is a pretty interesting spec though, because whomever bought it opted for every single option except for one. That one option being they went with the standard silver aluminum wheels instead of the machined or black insert wheels. But it's an ashen gray metallic car with the two-tone piano black trim along all of the doors. And you'll see that carry over inside where they went with premium leather and the upgraded infotainment system. Literally any option you could check, they checked. So walking around the back, you'll see a couple more scuffs we've got right here. The Volt logo on the back, curious enough, is just silver. It's no longer the gold. Backup camera. And these are pretty interesting, and I'll show you when I blow the car apart to open all the doors for you. But these Volts are liftbacks. Lots of room, lots of space, and those two rear bucket seats do fold nearly flat to create a level load floor. But I'll get to that when we get inside. Don't want to get ahead of myself just yet. So the usual scuffs and wear. The only real body issue is there's a couple of marks here, a little dent, and if you go forward, see another little dent right here. Looks like they opened the door or got into a parking barrier or something like that. Small little parking lot scrape, nothing catastrophic, and certainly nothing structural. But going down, you can see it's still that dark ashen gray paint with the piano black trim all the way around it. It's got Coopers on the rear, Michelin's up front, so they did spend some money putting decent tires on when they needed tires replaced. But that will just about do for the outside. Give me just a minute and we'll climb inside. So I lied to you guys. We're not climbing inside quite yet because I just discovered something interesting while I was taking some photos. If you pop the hood while this is in EV mode, it goes into a maintenance mode where the engine kicks on so you can check and make sure that everything is working as it should. So I'll use this as a segue into the engine compartment. These Volts are pretty cool cars. They are an electric vehicle with a gas engine generator, which means this engine that's running right now only charges the batteries. It's not directly connected to the wheels, which makes it way more efficient. And when you plug it in and charge overnight, you get about 35 miles or so of all electric range before it transitions over to using the gas engine and running just like any other vehicle down the highway. So it is a 1.4 liter four-cylinder running a generator. All the usual General Motors bits are up front. Coolant, air cleaner, separate coolant tank for the battery's heat management system, which is really important down here. Your brake fluid reservoir up there, and wash fluid fills right down here. Now, as promised, we go inside and start touching buttons. All right, now that we're in the car here, and as soon as I shut the hood, the engine shut off and it went right back into its normal EV mode. Actually, bear with me for a second. There we go. I'm a big dude. I like my air conditioning. So, as I said in the outside walk around, this has had every single option you could check checked. It has the full technology package and the safety package, which means you get not only the normal cruise control, but you get lane departure, following distance warnings. You have all the Bluetooth controls here. And on the center, if I knock out of the climate control and go back to the home screen, you'll see you've got your navigation, Bluetooth, climate control, everything. You've got energy, which is all your eco settings and tracking energy usage, AM, FM phone, XM, Stitcher, CD, Pandora. Chevy loaded this car up. This is effectively their technology demonstrator. Navigation, weather, destination. If you have a USB stick in, you can play movies and look at pictures on this main screen, which is pretty crazy for 2012, 2014 Chevrolet tech. And just to show, it does have the nav, and it does still work. Could probably use an update, but hey, pretty cool that it still functions. Moving up a little bit, you've got a little sneaky compartment up here, 12-volt charger in it. Keep whatever you want up there. Hide a phone in there, charge a phone, do whatever. Up top, parking sensors, OnStar, Bluetooth link, and 3 memory settings. You've got your usual lights, auto dimming mirror. Yeah, if I bend far enough. We've got your vanity mirrors, driver and passenger. Don't mind my ugly mug in that last shot. Down here on this console are all your controls, and they're touch. They don't actually push in, but they touch and buzz. They'll give you a click every time you touch them. It's a kind of interesting and very clean looking stock. Eco settings here will show charging. It'll show where your battery is sending the power to, and full economy settings and statistics. You've got drive modes, and unique to this, the first couple of Volts didn't have these. You have normal, sport, mountain, or hold, which holds the state of charge of the battery. So if I was to leave right now and use hold, I'd stay at 20 miles of estimated range on the battery till I ran out of gasoline, and then it would draw the battery down. Great if you're doing a highway drive and then going into a city where you would rather use, the EV motor, quieter, more responsive, or if you're just creeping through traffic. It's bucket seats all the way around with a 2+2 configuration, which is pretty neat. Big center console, USB and auxiliary in there, plus another charge port, 2 cup holders here, cup holders in the doors, and there's something pretty neat to show you on the passenger door that I'll get to in a minute. But automatic windows, front and rear. I'm gonna climb into that 2+2 back seat and show you a couple more things. Be right back. So I'm gonna do something I don't usually do and turn the camera around to myself to show you that this is a 2+2 seat, meaning 2 rear seats, center armrest, center console, and cup holders, all for the backseat passengers. And myself as a pretty big dude at 6'1" and 250 pounds, I'm behind where I sit with the driver's seat right now. And I still have room to wiggle. Pretty good back here. Before I start on anything else here on the passenger side of the Volt, if you want to win weird car trivia or just show off a little bit, your new Volt has something that only Rolls-Royces have. If you look down here in the door pocket, it has a special umbrella slot. That's right, Rolls-Royces have them built in the door frame. Yours is right there in the door card. A couple cool other things about this. The previous owner, or the original owner I should say, spec'd and ordered this car with this frosted silver door card that did not usually come with the jet black premium leather seats and the other accoutrements. So they had to pick this specifically, and I think that shows a level of care and desire to get exactly the car they wanted, which to me, it means something. It's usually a pretty good sign about the first owner. The other cool thing is that tag right there. It has a Bose premium sound system co-developed with Chevy specifically for the Volt to use less electricity and still provide a very high sound quality. So that Bose sound system is not on any other Chevy made. Other than that, you've got your fairly standard, pretty deep arm-sized glove box. You've got a pass-through that goes behind and in front of the gear lever here for storing stuff. Actually, that's a really good place to put a phone on Bluetooth so it stays out of the sun and doesn't overheat. Full disclosure, I was going to get in, do the drive, and show you the startup animation and go through this screen in some more detail, but the refresh rate on the display screen here and the image capture rate on my phone's camera are not playing well together. This does not flicker in real life, but the speed that my camera's shutter works is apparently just wrong enough to be a problem. So I'm going to move my phone over here. So let's go for a drive. As soon as you're on the throttle, it crawls and creeps just like a normal car. It doesn't do the standstill thing that later EVs will do. But while I wait for the gate here, cool thing about an EV is I have the climate control set to auto. It's doing its thing, but there's no noise, no engine running, and even especially at low speeds, it's pretty cool coming out of a, traditional internal combustion engine car. And the fact that when you need it to kick the engine on, it will, and you can drive this just like anything else without worrying about range anxiety or anything is really pretty cool. As you can see, the only noise you hear is the road noise itself, and it feels strange that I don't have to shout or project or speak especially loud just to get a point across to you guys. So as we get out of our own little alcove here, I'll get out on the main street, stand on it, show you the acceleration, see if I can't get the gas engine to turn on to boost the power a little bit more, and then we'll spin it around and just come on back. This is going to be a quick and dirty little test drive. So under normal acceleration, the only thing you really hear is the whine of the electric motor. But if I ask it to go, it spools up and it uses all that good EV instant torque. So I'm going to be lazy, bang a left up here, spin it around, and turn to hold state of charge so you guys can hear this engine kick on in real time and let it do its thing. So this closed road right here makes for a very convenient pull-off for me on drives like this. So if you're driving this, and let's say you're going down the highway and you want to save your battery for when you get to a city, go to drive mode down here, and if this doesn't flicker like crazy, normal, sport, mountain, and then boom, hold state of charge will kick on the engine to make sure that it maintains that 19 miles of battery that I have on it right now, at least. It maintains your battery's state of charge, and now hear that little whir? That was the gas engine kicking on. And if I could show you the power split without the screen freaking out, I would. That's the gas engine. Here we go. This screen doesn't flicker, showing that now that engine is powering the wheels and putting charge back into the battery. It's a cool, quiet, comfortable car that gets really good fuel economy and is just techy enough to keep somebody like me pretty well engaged. But another quick acceleration and heartbreaking ABS. Boom. It uses regenerative braking and the ABS to reel this thing in incredibly quickly. One of the shortest stopping distances for a size in its class, for a car in its class and weight. One final look at the car now that we're back at the yard, which gives me just enough time to remind you guys that we are Tucson Future Classics. You can find this car at our website, TucsonFutureClassics.com. All the links will be in the description down below. We are an appointment-only dealership, so please give us a phone call, shoot us a text message, Message us on Facebook Messenger, Instagram, send us an email. We're here. We cannot wait to show you around this thing in person. And hopefully I've been able to give you all the information you could ever want or need to make an informed decision and drive this thing home. I've been Dylan. We'll see you soon.